Yum, 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 yum. Oh.
Hello! Greetings! Salutations, everybody! And welcome to the channel of Flash with my playthrough, my brand new playthrough, kind of a brand new playthrough. It's a brand new playthrough of the same game that I've done in the past. This is the Smurfs on the NES. And whoa, it's going into a demo. I did not allow that. I did not consent for the game to go into a demo. Oh, that's a sign of things to come, the level they just pulled out. That is going to be a significant level in this playthrough. But I'll get into that when I cross that bridge. Okay. It wouldn't let me get off the demo. I kept pressing all these buttons, but none of them worked. Yeah, the version I'm playing on right now is the NES version, but I say the 8-bit version, but there's like a whole bunch of different 8-bit versions of this game. I had my pick of the litter whenever choosing which version to play, but ultimately I decided I'm gonna play 2 versions of this game. So this game came out on the NES, or the 8-bit versions came out on the NES, the Game Boy, the Game Gear, and the Sega Master System. And out of all of those choices, I went with well, 2 of those choices, I'm going with the NES, and the other one, I'm gonna go with the Game Gear. So I'm not gonna do the Game Gear in this playthrough, not in this episode. I'm gonna do it in the next episode. But for this episode, I'm gonna do the NES version. And oh boy, I have a lot of things to say. I have so many things to say, but I'm gonna want to start this game. So, why am I doing the NES version? Well, I'm gonna start the game. I'm gonna play and talk at the same time. Wish me luck. Act 1, The Forest. So yeah, why am I playing the NES version? Well, even though they're all the same game, essentially, they all have the same developer, the bit managers people. Yeah. I know Infogrames, they developed the 16-bit version of the game, like the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, the Windows version. But yeah, for the 8-bit versions, it was developed by bit managers. But oh my gosh, I'm just dancing around the subject for way too long. Why am I doing the NES version, you may ask? Well, the NES version is actually different enough of a game for it to warrant its own playthrough. I mean, yeah, they're all essentially the same game, but this version has like some significant differences that I think would be better. God, this is gonna be fun. Oh my god. Our first death. Yeah, you might want to get used to those. I really want to say that I'm not gonna get a game over during this playthrough, because I did do a few practice attempts, but this game can really kick my ass. Especially since I'm doing live commentary. Ooh boy. That just raises the difficulty from hard to like, expert. Look at me talking in Guitar Hero difficulties. I should be talking to like Super Smash Bros. Brawl difficulties. Goes from hard to intense. No wait, hard, very hard to intense. What am I talking about? Okay. So yeah, the NES version is actually different enough from the other versions of the game for it to warrant its own playthrough. As for why I'm gonna do the NES playthrough, the Game Gear playthrough, not NES, Game Gear playthrough, is that because I guess the long and short of it is, I just like the way it looks. I mean, the way the Sega Master System looks compared to the Game Gear, I think it looks a lot worse. At least to my particular likings. And as for the Game Boy version, it's just a black and white, so I'm not gonna do a black and white version of the game, come on now. Oh yeah, fun fact, the Game Boy version is the only version that was ever released in America. Man, us Americans, the only thing we get is a Game Boy Smurf game. Man, we really missed out. We really missed out. Especially the Super Nintendo Smurfs, or Revenge of the Smurfs. Oh yeah, I forgot, this game is like in 3 different bits. 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. Man, this game is just crossing generations left and right. When are we gonna get the 64-bit version? Or maybe the PlayStation 5 version? Can you imagine? Yeah, that's it. Act 1 completed! Oh yeah, those 5 stars. If you've seen my playthrough of Revenge of the Smurfs, you will know that. Oh wait, no! That's not true actually. I was gonna say, if you collect 5 stars in that game, you get sent to a bonus level, but I don't think that was actually in Revenge of the Smurfs. That was only in the Super Nintendo version, where if you collect 5 stars... Got it right on time, right before time ran out. Yeah, there's only in the Super Nintendo version where you collect 5 stars, and you get taken to a bonus stage. But yeah, that's also the purpose for collecting 5 stars in this game too. Not to be confused with GTA 5. 5 stars. Oh, you know, in GTA 6, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring back 6 stars, because I think they only had 5 stars in GTA 5 to go with the theme, overall theme of having 5. Oh, I missed that star. Yeah, the hitboxes in this game can be a little bit wonky. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. I think out of all the versions, the NES version is by far the worst. Even compared to the Game Boy version, I think the Game Boy version is a bit better than the NES version. I don't know why. All the other versions of this game actually have more levels in them compared to this game. So I don't know how you managed to squeeze in more levels on a handheld Game Boy cartridge compared to the console NES, but they somehow did it. Or maybe they just got really lazy when developing the NES version. You're like, it's the Smurfs, they're gonna buy it anyways, we're not gonna try too hard. Oh, but we're all gonna try a lot harder for the Game Boy and Game Gear versions. Okay, Act 3, the Swamps. We're here already. Yeah, this is a really short game, I gotta say. So, I should be finished in like the next 20 minutes if we're being totally honest. Well, considering I don't die a bunch. But oh man. Yeah, remember back in the intro when I was saying like, oh, this is gonna be such a significant stage. Well yeah, the reason I say that is because this stage in particular, there is a huge difficulty spike. Like not only is it a spike, but I think it's an overall peak. I don't think any other level in this game is gonna get as hard as this level right here. So once we beat this level, I'm not gonna say it's smooth sailing, but the difficulty is gonna definitely tone back a bit after we beat this level. Because this level, it does not hold your hand. I don't know what they were thinking. They should have saved this level for the end of the game. This is... Oh my god. I'm not a game designer, but I can't fathom what was going on through their minds when they were developing this level. Not even just developing this level, but deciding to put this level as level 3 in the game. This is such a huge gatekeep, or a huge gate barrier entry for new players. Because if you're a new player, you're not getting past this stage on your first try. You're not getting past the stage on your 10th, 20th, 30th try. Man. But yeah, that's why I wanted to say this level was significant. Anyways, enough about that. Oh wait, one more thing. The timer. The timer is another way that this difficulty can really spike up. Because you have to be actually kind of fast. I think I'm actually not on the right track right now. I think I'm losing too much time. Because if I do beat this level, it's gonna like be barely. I shouldn't even be wasting my time going into these other screens. Yeah, just fall. Fall, Hefty Smurf. Yes, it's still Hefty Smurf you're playing as in this game. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay, there are so many things I want to say about the difficulty of this stage. Not even beyond this stage. But so one thing I want to hit right out the bat, get out of, you know what I mean. I want to say the vines in this stage. Remember in the Super Nintendo version where you can actually... I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, remember in the Super Nintendo version where every time you got onto Vine, you just automatically slide down? Fortunately, it's not like this in this game. I know in a 32-bit on the Game Boy Advance, you could also climb up the vines. But yeah, in this game you can also climb up the vines too. Thank God. But the thing is, getting on top of these vines is really wonky. Because the hit detection for the vines is really... It's simultaneously generous, but really unforgiving at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. You have to play it yourself to actually understand what I'm talking about. Oh my god, 10 seconds left. Yeah, this is what I was talking about when I said, oh, that's it. Well, that just goes to show how much I practiced, because during my practice playthroughs, I had a hell of a time doing this level. I got multiple game overs and it was rough. But hey, that's the fruits of my labor. I'm now an expert at the swamps. The channel of Flash is perfect. The perfect Smurf play. Oh no! I missed my 1-up. I could have got 2 1-ups. I don't know why they're giving me the... Oh, this is new. Remember in the Super Nintendo for the swamp level, you actually have to defeat the snake? Oh man. Yeah, this time you're gonna fight Azrael. And yeah, that's actually gonna be different in the Game Gear version we're gonna play. We're gonna have a different boss in Man, oh man, we're gonna have a different boss in the Game Gear version. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So this guy is actually really easy. What you wanna do, you can actually just utilize your iframes, but I'm not gonna do it like that. Every time he jumps, you just wanna... Oh my god! I was gonna say, every time he jumps, you just want to get on the vine. Every time you hit him, just get on the vine and jump like this. But for this one, you want to jump over here because the frequency at which he jumps can be pretty relentless at times. And you can never hit him in midair either. Oh man. Oh, damn it! See, every time I get hit, I try to cheese it. And I try to hit him during my iframes, but it's really hard to do. But I know it's possible because I've done it during my practice playthrough, so I don't know why it's not working this time. See, every time I hit the record button, that's when things just go to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, jump to the other side, cat. There we go. See, it's really easy. I should not have died that many times. You have released Brainy Smurf. But no, don't get your hopes up. We're not going to be playing as Brainy. We're still only going to be Hefty. So we're not going to be in any dark cave area where we have to use Brainy's lantern to get on by. I don't understand that word. Sarsaparilla? Isn't it supposed to be sarsaparilla? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be sarsaparilla, but they just spelled it like sarsaparilla, whatever. Weird. So yeah. Oh, this right here. What do you want to do right here? I didn't do it right there. Hold on, I'm gonna wait for another leaf to go on by. Yeah, hold on. During the peak of the leaf falling is when you want to jump on top of it to go up onto the ceiling and access this hidden room filled with 4 sarsaparilla leaves. Isn't that neat? Oh, one more thing. I gotta get this off my chest before I do anything else. Just take a listen to the music. Yup, this music is freaking fantastic! I love it so much. The Smurfs never fail to deliver on their soundtrack. Just like the Super Nintendo version. I keep saying Super Nintendo version. What I really should be saying is the 16-bit version, because it was also in the Sega Genesis and the Sega CD. But you know it's from the Sega CD based off the intro. Based on me splicing in the footage of the opening cutscene. But yeah, the Smurfs never failed to deliver on the soundtrack. They had a really good 16-bit soundtrack, and it has a really good 8-bit soundtrack too. If I'm not mistaken, I think the composer are 2 different composers for the 8-bit and the 16-bit version. If I'm not mistaken, or they might be one and the same. I wouldn't be out of the ordinary for That was close. Would it be out of the ordinary for them to have the same composer for the 2 different versions of the game? Okay, so the bonus stage we keep going to, it should be randomized. There are other bonus stages to do, but for some reason they're only giving me the mushroom stages. They really want me to play the mushroom stage, but there is another bonus stage we can play. Give me this. No! No! I fell off the mushroom and I couldn't get the 1-up on time. Oh well, oh well, oh well. The flight on a stork. Ugh, this is rough. This is a rough level. Spoiler alert, this stage is also gonna appear in the Game Gear version, and the Game Gear version is so much better because you can actually attack the other birds when you play as Feathers. And yes, Feathers is the name of the stork we're riding on. But yeah, you can't attack anybody in this game. You also gotta watch out for the Howly bird too. Yeah, that berry right there is a trap. As far as I know, you can't get that health pickup without actually taking a hit. So it's pretty much worthless to try to go for it. But who knows, there might be some Smurf prodigy out there who's managed to actually get the the health pickup without taking damage. I would be shocked if that was possible. Ooh, watch out. Gotta also watch out for the lightning, and no! I was at the very end! I was at the very end! The end was right there! I killed myself just trying to get the star. Man! That thing just landed right on top of me. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now, fuck the stars. I don't care about the bonus stages anymore. The bonus stages aren't worth it if I'm just gonna keep dying for it. It's not worth it. But I do also really want to show off the other bonus stage. There is another bonus stage, but if I don't trigger the other bonus stage during this playthrough, I'll just splice in footage of me doing it on a separate playthrough. But hopefully it doesn't come to that, because even during my practice playthroughs, I got it a lot actually. And in fact, in my other playthroughs, the other bonus stage was like the only bonus stage I kept getting. And it was actually the exact opposite of what we're experiencing right now. Because for some reason, I'm only getting the mushroom bonus stage. I should be getting the other ones too. I don't know why it's not triggering. And no, I don't think the bonus stages are tied to a specific acts we're doing. So that shouldn't be a problem. The mountains! Man, oh man! You know what? There's something I forgot to say that I should have said at the beginning of the episode. Happy New Year, everybody! It's 2024. This is actually the 4-year anniversary of the channel of Flash. Man, so that's the reason why I'm even playing this game in the first place. I should have said this in my intro, but there's just so many things on my mind I wanted to say. I just totally forgot to say this. But yeah, this is the 4-year anniversary of the channel of Flash. The 4 years since I actually played the 16-bit version of this. I never knew about that! Oh, I never knew there was a hidden passage down here. Oh my god. Oh, that's so cool. You learn something new every day when you play the Smurfs on the NES. Gotta watch out for the rocks. Watch for rolling rocks. A la Super Mario 64. Ooh, speaking of which, no, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. But if you're a fan of Super Mario 64, and you're a fan of the channel of Flash, then I have some good news for you. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, it's a 4-year anniversary of the day I started the channel of Flash. January 1st, 2020. Ooh, okay. Yeah, January 1st, 2020. The very first day the channel of Flash was conceived into the planet. Remember? Oh, whoops, my bad. Yeah, remember, I wasn't gonna win anyways. I was gonna run out of time. Me backtracking right there was actually gonna make me run out of time. I can already tell you that. So, I'm just thinking ahead. But yeah, remember last year when I played Revenge of the Smurfs on my Game Boy Advance for my 3-year anniversary? Man, what am I gonna do next year? I think I'm running out of Smurfs games to play. Or this specific Smurfs game to play. I know there are like a bunch of other Smurfs games out there on the market. but this is the only Smurfs game I care about. Oh, I keep forgetting. Okay, so what you want to do is actually pick up this spring and take it with you. This spring right here. But since I'm talking so much about anniversaries and New Year's and Smurfs games, it just totally slipped my mind. Can you really blame me though? My mind has so many things on it right now, but I don't know how to properly get them from my mind, out of my mouth, into your ears. Because I don't know how to organize my thoughts. That's one of the hardest things about being a Let's Player, organizing your thoughts. Or maybe the hardest thing is just having, like, engaging thoughts in the first place. But I don't want to... We're engaging into the lines of philosophy, which I did not want to do. Oh my god. Yeah, we can't talk about philosophy in the Smurfs. Because... Oh, you know what? I should have taken that spring over here. Oh well, I guess I missed my, Wait, what do I do now? Okay. I might have to backtrack in order to get the spring. Okay. Man. Okay. Okay, let's not mess this up again, shall we? Ugh. I really hate how the birds turn around, because you can never tell where they turn around from. They just do it so spontaneously. Well, I know they always have a set. Okay, this part's bullshit right here. So what you want to do for this, you just want to bounce and just hold right and pray for the best. Which I did not. Yeah, every time you take damage in this game, you get knockback. And the knockback, you can't do anything. You just have to sit there and take the knockback. And oftentimes, the hardest part about this game is actually getting knocked back into a pit. That's how I've died so many times during this game. It's not even funny. Oh yeah, and that Smurf berry right there in the beginning, you can't actually get to it. Or the only way to get to it is if you get a spring and backtrack all the way there. But like, why would you want to do that? Why would you ever want to backtrack that far just for a health pickup? It's not worth it. Especially considering the timer you're on and the tight deadline you are in. Totally not worth it. Okay. Yeah, if I haven't mentioned it before, the leaves that you pick up, the sarsaparilla leaves, every time you collect 25 of them, you get a 1-up. But you already know that since you already watched my playthrough of Revenge of the Smurfs, where the same mechanic exists in both games. I don't think I actually mentioned that fact in my original Super Nintendo playthrough. Yeah, I don't think I did actually. Or you know what? It's been a while since I watched that playthrough, but what I think I did, I think I said something along the lines of, I'm not really sure what the leaves do, but I think if you collect 30 of them, you get a 1-up. Okay, so yeah, what you want to do here, yeah, there you go, you just want to hold right. You probably want to get a running start too, like I just did, because that is unforgiving, that jump you have to make right there. That's a leap of faith. Okay, this right here. Nice, so nice. Woo! Oh, watch out for that rock. Yeah, the rocks always respawn. This is really a bummer, man. Okay, yeah, so far so good. Nice! And that's it. You know, I missed one? Wait, which one did I miss? Oh, you know what? I think it was the part where I was supposed to fall into that pit. Okay, I totally forgot about that. Whatever. Act 7, the old gold mine. Yeah, remember this stage from the Super Nintendo version? It was a bit different. In the Super Nintendo version, you actually had to keep flipping the switches to put your minecart on the right track. But this time, you don't have to do that. It's just straight up platforming. What I like to do, I like to hold left to slow down because you never know what's coming up ahead. I mean, I know what's coming up ahead because I played this game before. Oh man. I tried to jump up on the one above me, but I should have just kept going for the one in front of me. Ooh, man. Oh well, okay, I have like 1 life left, or 2 lives left, because 0-0 is considered a life. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say, oh, I might actually get a game over. But no, I shouldn't think like that. I should have positive thoughts. I mean, we are playing the Smurfs after all. We've got to have positivity when we play the Smurfs. Okay, so this right here. There we go, that's how you do that. Man, there's just so much obstacles you have to dodge. It can be really brutal trying to dodge all the rocks and dodge all the drops of water, which I don't know how a drop of water can hurt somebody. I mean, I know Smurfs are supposed to be like tiny. Oh, nice. I know Smurfs are supposed to be tiny, but come on, a drop of water? Ooh, that was close. I thought I was gonna fall into that pit. Okay, is it gonna give me the other bonus game? The mushroom one again? They just keep giving this to me. I don't want to have this game. I want the other mushroom game. Not the other mushroom game. The other game has nothing to do with mushrooms. But I want the other bonus stage, please. I just want to show it off to my viewers. The other stages we can go through. This dragon is really stupid. So, the dragon in this game is the worst dragon rendition ever. Out of all the versions of the games we're gonna play, this dragon is the worst. Because what you have to do, of course you gotta pick up all the presents and kick them at him. But it's so... like what? He's not doing anything. Okay. There we go. Yeah, the fire can really be put into worse spots. And there's actually I'm not really gonna say it's a glitch, but there is a mechanic of this boss fight that's really... probably should have had more time testing in the testing debug mode, if I had to say so myself. So the thing is, the fire can stay for a very, very long time. Like, see how that fire up there is on that platform? It's not going out. But the worst part about that is that sometimes that fire can actually appear on the very first platform. Golly. Yeah, sometimes the fire can actually appear on the very first platform, the platform right here. So, in some situations, every time that happens and you're stuck right here, there's literally nothing you can do. But there actually is a way to circumvent that. If he ever does it, I'll show it off. If he doesn't do it, I'll just say what he's gonna do. Yeah, the fire's in a really unfavorable spot. Get out of here. Oh yeah, what I like to do for this boss, I never like to get on that very, very top platform on the left right there. What I like to do, I like to actually drop down onto this platform in order to trick him into shooting this fire upwards. So I can get a really good shot in. Yeah, like that. Okay, he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't shot the fire on this platform yet, so I'm just gonna say what he does, or what to do. So the thing is, every time you pick up a present, that triggers him to shoot out his fireball. Like this right here. So every time you pick up the present, he'll shoot out the fireball. Oh my god! Well, there's my first game over, guys. Damn, right at the boss fight too. Okay, I'll meet y'all back in the dragon fight. I'm not literally gonna sit here all the way back here just to... I'll meet y'all back. Whatever. Okay, here we go again. Let's not fuck it up this time, okay? Sound like a plan, Stan? Alright, let's go! Yeah. So, like I said earlier, what you just want to do, you just want to jump into that bottom platform. And don't miss the platform like I did earlier. But as you can see, I have a lot more lives than I did last time. It's amazing how much better you can play when you don't have to worry about commentary, isn't it? Man, this guy takes way too many hits though. And he still hasn't shown off the thing where he shoots the fire on the first platform. Oh man, yeah. Oh, he might do it this time. Yeah, here we go. So, what you want to do here, just kick the box to just trigger him to shoot another fireball. If I didn't shoot that present right there, then that fire would never go away. I'd just sit there forever. Which is pretty janky level, or not level design, but janky game design in my opinion. This right here, yeah, not really much I can do there, so what you want to do again is just kick it. Kick the box to make him shoot the fire in a different spot. It's all about the it's all about the manipulation of the enemies. The enemy manip. Manip. Sounds like turnip, but like if it got crossbred with a man. A man turnip. Turnip man. I'm pretty sure there's some superhero out there named Turnip Man. Or maybe like Vegetable Man. Some vegetable-themed superhero out there. I'm sure of it, there's gotta be. Then again, that sounds kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon, PBS Kids kind of superhero. Vegetable Man! Making sure kids all over the world get their vegetables. Anyways, we rescued Jokey Smurf. Hey, that was mean. You made him cry. You made Hefty cry. Jokey, you are a mean, mean man. Act 8! The Sledge Race. This is pretty tough. Oh yeah, that right there, that just gives you a boost in speed and height every time you collect those little icons. The S icons. I assume the S is for speed, I want to say. Okay. Yeah, the way to get that 1-up right there, you have to make sure your sled goes like pretty much all the way across the edge before you jump. I didn't mean to collect that. Or the burst in momentum killed me. Man, whatever. Yeah, this level is kind of like the old Gold Mine we just played earlier. It's an auto-scrolling level. This time we're on top of a mountain again. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. That's how you get that 1-up. Okay. I should have just kept going. The thing is, I tried to pull back so I would land on the bird, and the bird would give me the extra height to make that jump. But no, if I just kept going full throttle, I would have made that jump. And hey, smurf and learn. Or should I say, live and smurf? Take your pick. Yeah, lately I've been reading a lot of the Smurf comic books lately. I read a few earlier, or not, I say, damn it. I keep forgetting that's the jump I gotta go full throttle on. But yeah, I read a lot when I was a kid, but going back and like rereading the comics, it's something special. Because this time they actually have official Smurf comic books in English. When I read them like as a youngster, the only way I could do it was like from online fan translations of the comics. But it's actually nice to know now that they actually have official... Oh, that time I bounced off the bird and I still got it, okay. Yeah, but it's good to know that nowadays they have official translators for the comics. Even though for the purple Smurfs, they still made the Smurfs purple instead of black. But, yeah. You know, Americans and their racial sensitivity. Okay, am I gonna get the new bonus game? No, it's always the mushrooms. This has to be some kind of glitch. No way I'm getting this bonus stage so many times in a row. That has to be a glitch. Not a single time in any of my practice playthroughs I've done have I ever got the mushrooms all of the time. Give me that 1-up. Give me something for my troubles. Act 9! What is it gonna be? The bridge! So, it's kind of funny how we're getting this stage so late into the game, as opposed to the Super Nintendo version, 16-bit version where the bridge was one of the first stages. I think it was the third stage actually. Yeah, the third stage instead of the 9th. No, I keep saying 16-bit version, but I think for the 16-bit versions of the games, I don't think there aren't any differences amongst the 16-bit versions of the game, like there are for the 8-bit versions. Like the NES version of this game is different from the Game Gear version, but I don't think the Sega Genesis version is any different from like the, let's say, the Windows version, or the Super Nintendo version, or the Sega CD version. Yeah, they're all the same. As far as I can tell, I looked at a bunch of like YouTube videos that showcase the different versions of the games, and they all seem the same to me. Like in terms of any significant level design changes or just straight up omission or addition of certain stages. Okay. So for that, every time that happens, you just want to go off screen and come back on. Just like that, easy peasy. What? Wait, which one did I miss? Man. Yeah, there must have been like a hidden one somewhere. Okay, this is Act 10. This is the final act. This is the last chance for me to get the bonus stage that we haven't seen yet. Okay. I don't think I brought this up earlier. I mean, I know I didn't bring this up earlier because that was like 20 minutes ago. I know exactly what I talked about. But yeah, I did not bring this up earlier, but it's actually impossible to kill the Black Smurfs in this game. Unlike the Super Nintendo 16-bit version where you actually can kill the Black Smurfs. And fortunately enough, oh, you know what, actually, I take that back. You can kill the Black Smurfs, but you just cannot do it by jumping on top of them like you could in 16-bit versions. Here we go, jeez. That's all I wanted to do. But you can kill the Black Smurfs if you just kick the present into them like that. But unfortunately, that's the one and only exploding box we have in this game. So that's the one and only Black Smurf we can actually kill. And on that note, why the hell are so many Black Smurfs inside Gargamel's house? Or his manor house. Not even a manor house. In this show they call it a hovel, which I think is a lot more accurate. It's not a manor house. That's way too fancy. Way too fancy of a term for Gargamel's place. He's a bad guy. He's not some kind of rich debutante or anything who has a manor house up on the countryside. Okay, it's impossible to get this spring without getting hit. I've never seen a playthrough or anything. I've never had a playthrough. I've never seen a playthrough of somebody getting that spring without taking damage. I think it's supposed to be symbolic of, in order to ooh, I almost died right there. In order to get the spring, to get the heart, then you have to sacrifice one of your own hearts in order to get the stars. I guess it's some kind of Full Metal Alchemist law of equivalent exchange. You have to exchange your life energy in order to get the... Please don't put me down here, don't put me down here with the Black Smurf. He's gonna massacre me. No, don't. I was on top of that fly. The hit detection is wonky. That was some wonky hit detection. I should have done the killing, not me myself getting killed. Jump. I don't like the hitboxes on the flies. I don't like the hitboxes on the flies. How do you get killed by a fly? Once again, I know the Smurfs are like these tiny little creatures, but even though they're tiny, they should still be able to take on a fly. I mean, hell, Sloppy Smurf has a pet fly. That's actually something I want to get into. Sloppy Smurf, I think they purposely took his character out of the show in later seasons because I think he was I think that the writers think that Sloppy Smurf was a bad influence on the kids. Because he was a dirty, nasty son of a bitch. He was really disgusting. He's like the pig pen of Smurfs. Or kind of like that one South Park background character who's really stinky and dirty. Who had... I forgot his name. His name was like Shithead or something. He had like one speaking role in the entire show. Dog Poo, that's it. His name is Dog Poo. But yeah, he was like the dog poo or the pig pen of the Smurfs. Sloppy Smurf. Because they really took out his character during the later seasons of the show. This is funny because actually in the final season of the show, of the Smurfs, they actually did get rid of 2 of the Smurflings. They got rid of Slouchy Smurf and they got rid of Natural Smurf. So it was only Sassette and Snappy who remained. I tried to jump on a fly, but the fly was not having any of that. What was I even... There was something I was talking about earlier, back in the other level. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the Smurfs comics. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of Smurfs comics lately. Man, I am just getting so engrossed in Smurfs media, but it's only the 80s Smurfs media that I care about. I don't really care about the live-action Neil Patrick Harris movies. I know they have like another 3D animated Smurfs show on Nickelodeon, I believe. I never watched that. I don't really care about that. And I don't really care about the... I know they had like one other cartoon movie that came after Smurfs 2. Smurfs in the Lost Village. I actually didn't see that. I watched it a while ago when it was on Netflix. Nah, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah. If it's not like the original Peyo written comics... Peyo? I don't know why I said his name like that. It sounded like some kind of collector, money collector saying, "Pay, yo. You better pay, yo. Pay me what you owe me, yo." You know, yeah, Peyo, that's his name. The creator of the Smurfs. Yeah. All the comics that were written by Peyo are the ones I read. Because I know they have new Smurfs comics that has like a bunch of the new characters in it, like I forgot their names, like the new female Smurf characters that were introduced in the Smurfs in the Lost Village movie. Yeah, I don't really care about those people, for being honest. I just care about my Hanna-Barbera Smurfs and the Smurfs in the Magic Flute. Any Smurfs from the 80s or before is the only kind of Smurfs media I care about. Well, except for this game, of course, since this game did come out in the 90s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is actually more so based off the comics than the actual show. Considering the fact they have black Smurfs and not purple Smurfs. Okay, here we go, the end of the level. Yeah, another reason I think this game is probably based off the comics is because there actually is a character from the Super Nintendo version. Here's finally the other bonus stage. This is the other bonus stage, the bubble blowing stage. So this one's pretty easy. You just want to go all the way over to the right. Just keep floating, keep floating, keep floating. Just stay on top of everything. How metaphorical. Just stay on top of things. Yeah, and just go for the 1-up. I don't really care about the leaves because the leaves are just another way of getting the 1-ups. Okay, so this guy again. Just like in the Super Nintendo version, you just want to use the seesaw, this teeter-totter. You just shoot nuts at him. Okay. Oh, man. Sometimes I can do this on my first try. Sometimes it takes me 10 tries. It's really random. My skill level's totally random. Damn it. In regards to this boss fight. Man. Because sometimes it can get into a really clean pattern. How did that nut not land on the... Whatever. You have to have some really, really precise... Great. Some really precise... Whatever. Just kill me, Gargamel. Let me jump into your mouth. Yeah, you have to be really precise on where the nut drops on that teeter-totter for it to actually count as a hit. And if I'm not mistaken, it takes 6 hits to kill him? Man. Come on, come on, come on! Come on, come on, come on! Oh! See, the nut right there is not even on the teeter-totter, but that still somehow counts more than that other nut that went right through the teeter-totter. So yeah, the thing is, what you want to do, you just want to kind of, yeah. You just, every time after you shoot the nut at his face, you just want to quickly run to the other side. But there is a way to do it where you can just get in a nice clean pattern and never miss any time. I've done it before. I've done it on one of my practice playthroughs, but for some reason I can't get it to work right now. Okay, wait, no, I think I do have it right now. Yeah, there we go. This is the pattern, nice clean pattern right here. And you can do it really easily, just like that. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say sometimes I can do it on my first try, sometimes it takes me 10 tries, because, whoa, Smurfette, you did not age gracefully. Why is her hair white? Is it because of the limited color palette of the NES? Congratulations, your courage and bravery have thwarted Gargamel's evil plans. The Smurfs are waiting impatiently for your return to Smurf a big party in your honor. I know, that's the British way of spelling honor. Just like color with a U. But I'm a stinking American. We don't have U's in our country. NES version bit managers. So yeah, that was the Smurfs, everybody. The Smurfs on the NES. Program Isidro Gilbert. Okay, I want to pay special attention to the credits of the composer of this game, because I'm gonna compare it to the composer of the Game Gear version credits to see if they're the same person. I just gotta really keep my eye on the ball. Oh, here we go. Alberto Gonzalez. Okay, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that name whenever I beat the Game Gear version. Stefan Bode. Oh yeah, so that was a Smurfs on the NES, everybody. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think this is my least favorite 8-bit rendition of this game. I do like the other versions a lot. I mean, like, a lot better. Like, it's night and day how much I like the other games compared to this one. Because in this game, it's fun, I guess, but first of all, the lack of levels. There are some levels that don't appear in this game that do appear in the other versions. So this game having less levels is a detriment. Actually, you know what? In terms of the difficulty and the overall level design of this game, maybe it's better that this game had less levels. Less levels to butcher, because some of the level design in this game was pretty lame. Like, there are some instances where you just, unless you played the game before, you would have no idea how to do it. This game is not very friendly towards beginners, which I think they do that on purpose because this game is actually relatively short, so if you were to just have a cakewalk of a time beating this game, it would probably feel like you didn't get your money's worth out of it, so they artificially inflate the difficulty. But the way they inflate the difficulty is really, really stupid. Like, for instance, every time you take hit, you get a set knockback, and there's nothing you can do during that knockback to, you know, adjust where you're gonna land after the knockback. That's so dumb. I don't like that at all. They should have made it where every time you take hit, all you have to do is just flash, flash a little bit. But like, don't take any knockback, but you just take damage. Like, that would make this game, that would cut down the difficulty of this game by half, at least. It would take it, what I say earlier, take it from very hard, no wait, intense. It would cut it from intense all the way just down to hard. So it goes past very hard and just goes to hard. Also, there are some leaps of faith, like during that mountain level, that, I'm not gonna lie, during my practice playthrough of that mountain level where I had to get a spring on the very edge of that cliff and just make that leap of faith over that rolling rock, yeah, that really messed me up during my practice playthroughs. I had to figure that out, how to do it from trial and error. Yeah, if I had my say in the matter, this game wouldn't be as hard as it is. Then again, I am playing on hard mode. Hard mode doesn't really change that much. It just changes some enemy placements, which actually, in hindsight, is probably why I had such a hard time with this game in the first place. Okay, from now on, if you just want to have a nice, easy, fair challenge, I would not recommend playing this game on hard. Play it on easy. Because even though the game is set on easy, the platforming doesn't change. It's still the same platforming, but just the location of certain enemies, that's the only thing that's gonna change. But as far as the platforming is gonna be the same. Okay. Are there any other final thoughts I would have about this game? Not really at all. I think I've said my piece with this game. I think the better question is, no, I'm not gonna say that. That's something, I was about to get very meta in terms of my editing. You know what, I'll say it anyways. I am considering whether I should put the ending cutscene from the Sega CD in this episode, or should I save it for the next episode, where it's gonna be like the actual finale of this series. I don't know. If you don't see it in this episode, you're definitely gonna see it in the next episode. Yeah, I'll probably save it for the next episode. I'll give y'all an incentive to stick around just to watch that ending cutscene from the Sega CD version of the game. Okay. So, that being said, thank you all for joining me in this episode. In the next episode, we're going to be tackling the Game Gear version of this game. And I'll point out any differences from that game to this game. Kind of like I'm doing a dual playthrough like I did with Kirby. But no, these are like two different games. I'd say these are two entirely different games, actually. It's not even like a whole Kirby Adventure and Kirby Nightmare Dreamland where they're, you know, the exact same game, but one game had a graphical update. But no, these are just two separate games for two separate 8-bit consoles. Anyways, thank you all for watching this episode. I'll see y'all in episode 2 where I tackle the Game Gear. Okay, see ya, goodbye!